Christopher Columbus, famous for his discovery of the Americas, has been both a celebrated hero and a reviled villain. Who was he really? Let's find out. On October 12, 1492, after weeks at sea, the crew of 3 ships spotted land. They had sailed west across the Atlantic Ocean in search of a faster route to Asia. But instead of finding India, they had reached the Bahamas. For Columbus, this moment marked the beginning of a new era of exploration and trade. And although he never actually set foot in what we today call the United States, he is often erroneously credited with discovering it. Why was he celebrated as a hero? First, because he dared to do what many believed impossible, sailing across the vast ocean to discover new lands. Second, because he was an accomplished navigator and sailor. And third, because his voyages opened up the Americas for exploration and colonization by Europeans. Christopher Columbus was one of the most celebrated explorers of all time. He was seen as a symbol of European ingenuity, courage, and determination. Statues were erected in his honor, and schools, streets, and even ships were named after him. But there is another side to the story. Why is he considered a villain? First, because of his infamous and brutal treatment of the indigenous peoples he encountered. He enslaved many of them, including the Taino people of the Caribbean, working them to death on plantations or for gold mines. Second, because he initiated a system of slavery in the New World that would see millions of Africans stolen from their homes, shackled and transported across the ocean to work on plantations in the Americas. Third, because he and his fellow explorers stole and exported vast quantities of gold, silver, and other resources from the Americas back to Europe, enriching themselves and their European successors at the expense of the people and environment of the New World. In more recent times, as awareness of these darker aspects of Columbus's legacy have grown, so too has the controversy surrounding him. The 500th anniversary of his first voyage was marked not with celebrations, but with protests. Many indigenous people and their allies took to the streets to denounce Columbus and demand that he be removed from the public square. As one protester put it, Columbus was a murderer, a rapist, and a slave trader. Since then, the debate over Columbus has only intensified. Some argue that he should be celebrated as a hero because he opened up the Americas to exploration and trade. Others argue that he should be remembered as a villain because of his brutal treatment of the indigenous peoples he encountered. So what do you think? Is Columbus a hero or a villain? In some countries, he is no longer celebrated. In Spain, for example, Columbus Day has been replaced with a more inclusive holiday called the Day of Hispanic Unity. Similarly, in some parts of the United States, Columbus statues have been removed and replaced with monuments honoring indigenous people. However, in many places, Columbus is still celebrated. In the United States, for example, Columbus Day is still a federal holiday. And in Italy, where Columbus's voyages were financed, he is revered as a national hero. As for me, I believe that Christopher Columbus was both a hero and a villain. He was a hero because he was a great navigator and explorer who opened up the Americas to the rest of the world. But he was also a villain because of his infamous and brutal treatment of the indigenous peoples he encountered. It's important to remember that history is complicated, and that historical figures are often products of their time. Columbus was a man of the 15th century, and the 15th century was a time of great exploration and discovery, but also a time of great cruelty and oppression. It's up to us to learn from the past and ensure that we create a better future. What do you think? Is Columbus a hero or a villain? Or perhaps you have a different perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.